I'll tell you. Keep coming here. We're going live like right now.
Right there. Okay. This is phone.
You gonna vacuum? Tay's about to vacuum.
So yeah, you can curse. We can just work our way through.
Jay, big hood in the building.
Is this? Are we live?
How about the boys? The Dallas Cowboys.
Was that your way of shutting up Alex?
What up? What up? What up? How about the boys? What up? How about the boys? What up? What up? What up? They bring the noise. I'm talking about the Dallas Cowboys. What up?
I lost.
What?
I thought I never turn it down. Is it because
Did
you're
you-
burned?
You have.
Did you?
What's going on?
We just went full silent. I just thought Ad kind of just kicked it off. I think it was his way of just shutting you up mid-story.
Hey, there he is. Play that right there.
Well,
Okay. But,
oh, it's one here. That's why.
yeah.
What
Oh,
is
geez,
happening,
we-
boys?
I don't know.
What is going on
Maybe,
that end?
restart the
It's our
the
first
show
time.
because no one. I don't even think I can't even hear anything right now. This is a bad start. Probably the worst start in show
We're
history.
still
I
recovering
blame me.
from the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's a Super Bowl hangover.
Yeah, it's a
for
Super
sure.
Bowl hangover.
Can people hear us right now?
I can hear. Yeah.
Yeah, we're live.
I know.
Oh,
I
we're
didn't
live.
even know.
We got the replacements on the couch right now.
Is Age wearing my gloves? Okay,
Yeah.
someone shut out the socials. Someone shut out the socials.
Okay.
Well,
AJ will.
I don't know. It's a bad start. We need to start better than that.
Well, then just pick it up. Stop excuses. Play
Okay.
like a champ.
Hey, hit
go to
hit the
Cowboys
intro.
Can.
Hit the intro.
That's what I said. Like restart the damn.
Well, look. Here's the thing.
Well, I didn't even know we were going. I did not know we were live. I haven't even announced. That's what I'm a little bummed about. So, whatever.
Guess what? We're live, and our Armando 21 is in the chat saying, "What up? What up?"
Okay, go ahead, Adam. Announce the socials.
Okay, so
I gotta-
you could find us on cowboyscanfan.com and pretty much on any of the social media platforms. We've tried to make it as easy as possible for you at CowboysCanFan. We're on the TikTok. We're on the IG. That's the Instagram. And more specifically, we're on the YouTube, which is what you're watching us right now. You know what I'm saying? But head over to our webpage, Cowboys Can Fan. All of the attachments for any of the social platforms are on there. You can see how rattled AJ is right now. He's not even scrolling it. So,
No, because I'm trying to announce to people to come to the live
here's what's-
stream that we are having
here's
right
what's
now.
funny. AJ's showing his burn that he has on his hands. He's talking about Eldritch Blast for D&D. He's chatting over there with the boys, and Daddy doesn't wait. 6 o'clock hits, and we go live.
Hey, go over to the
Yeah,
couch.
but
It's our six. Hey, shut up,
You
you
know,
two.
just
It's
the
our
countdown would
60th.
be nice.
It's our 60th episode, and we have our decade guest
That's
and
right.
brother Adrian on the couch.
Oh.
Nate DeHog,
Congrats.
Aj
Nate
Bass. Nate, what kind of glasses are you wearing over there?
Vipers.
Yeah, they're the Vipers. I found them upstairs. Got jumped
welcome
into a
back.
gang while I was up there.
Welcome back, boys.
Dog.
Yeah, I'm still in recovery, by the way.
This is
Yep, still in
familiar.
recovery from the Super Bowl there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So what do we got going on the docket,
won
or is
the
AJ
Super Bowl?
still
AJ's still rattled.
I'm gonna still apologize
Hey,
to
man.
OBJ. I didn't mean it. I apologize.
well, give us some backstory, Nate. What are you apologizing for, in case someone wasn't watching?
I wished ill upon him during the game, and prediction came true. Whoops.
As in you wished he would get hurt, and then
Yeah.
a quarter later he was hurt.
Yeah.
What was his injury like?
Torn ACL.
Torn ACL.
Like a really bad one.
Out for summer.
Yeah, like a bad one.
Out for summer.
Now, would you rather have that or a hangover from Screech?
Oh shit, I'd rather have the ACL, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you paid for that with that screech.
It depends
Yeah.
though. What age are we talking? Are we talking OBJ's age or Nate Dogg's age?
Well,
Yeah.
ND's age.
Nate Dogg's 40.
Yeah, so 40 definitely don't want that that screech hangover. He wants that ACL. Why? Because then he can kick up on the couch,
That's right.
take some workers comp.
That's right. I heard it at work.
Made it up. He heard it at work. Oh, technically, yeah, you did.
That's right. That's right.
Absolutely.
Hey, how are you doing right now? Are you good? Now?
I'm good. I'm good.
Are
I'm
you
good.
Are you happy?
Am I yeah, I mean,
No,
I
he's not.
Spit it
No,
out.
no,
Give
no,
us some behind
it's
baseball.
Not, it's not you. I'm not happy about. I just it was. I just didn't even know that we went live. You didn't say. Usually we do a test, and
Yeah,
you know
guess
we
what?
didn't do that. Oh, what?
It's just you sometimes you just got to roll with the dog.
Yeah,
I
but
do
you know
have our
what? You
first-
saw how that worked out. So
Yeah,
we're never going to
so
do that
let's-
again.
Let's do it again.
That was terrible.
Well-
This last 5 minutes has just been a fucking plane crash.
Armando
And welcome to the show.
Armando, here's what we have to understand: that sometimes life throws you an audible, and you just got to keep running downfield.
What you do is you line up and you hut before everyone is set.
Okay.
And then a disaster happens. That's what.
Technically, we.
Wait, Ant's frozen.
I will say what I say to my kids, especially my oldest one. You know how to read a clock. You know what time it is. You know what time we're supposed to be leaving, and in this case, you know what time we're fucking going live.
Well,
responsibility.
I didn't
Anyways.
come out of your dick, so you can't talk to me that
Well,
way.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Hey, let's
Okay.
get back to it. I've literally watched other Cowboy streamers that will sit there kind of like this, just texting on their phone, not even doing anything. So it's all good. It doesn't
No,
matter
no,
if there's
you know what?
hiccups. We do this for the clips. It doesn't matter. We do it for
Exactly.
the news. If we took a little bumpy ride off the start, it doesn't matter because when we clip this, I'm going to clip all of it. And I'm just going to replay this over and over and over. Adam and Alex arguing with each other because I can watch that for hours.
I'm pretty good. Guess what? Hey, Alex.
Crack him if you
Crack
got
him
him.
if you got
Crack
him.
him if you
son.
got
Fine with
him.
it. Get
Okay,
your
so what do we got
cozy
going on?
Yeah,
We already got chat heating up asking about
you open that with
Dak's
gloves?
injury.
Yeah, well, how perfect, because that's the first thing that I think should be on our docket today is Dak was revealed that he underwent left shoulder surgery.
Crack him if you got him.
Crack him if you got him.
Okay, so let's what do we got there, AJ?
So that's just lingering. That's just lingering from the preseason still, I believe. I didn't read the article. I just actually saw that coming out. It was kind of talked about today. I haven't really read much about it. What was it? They're probably just going in with like microscopic and just doing kind of cleaning the joint out, I imagine, getting some scar tissue, something like that. I didn't really read the article.
Clean up, quote unquote, McCarthy said. So
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
they're probably just scar tissue.
as much as you can trust Mike McCarthy's, I don't know, insight on that surgery, he's not going to say like they went in and fixed something. I guess you have to disclose it, but
I mean, ultimately, this is probably the best time for him to get a cleanup surgery.
Is it
Question.
throwing shoulder or not throwing shoulder?
Throwing.
ooh.
It is.
Really?
It is. I'm pretty sure it's, or maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was his left one that was fucked. I have a question for you though. Do you have to disclose it in the off season? Like if someone's,
That's what I don't know.
I'm not sure if you even need
Oh.
to, but
Hang on.
I know. See, he's still. I didn't want to say it because I didn't want him to think that I was attacking him.
No, well, it would have nice. I did have the article up, but it was
He's reading the article. He's just reading the article. Doesn't let anybody else see it.
well now.
I forgot when I'm out of office. I have a hard time reading it. He's back at it. He's been in the building. McCarthy said actually he was one of, I think we had one of 8 players that had postseason surgery. He had a cleanup in his left shoulder, so not throwing shoulder. So it's something that needed to be done. So he's rehabbing that. He's starting his process of getting back into it. So that's what Mike McCarthy said about Dak, which I mean, you do, like you said, there's 8 or 7 other guys, including Dak, that had off-season surgery. It happens. They put off stuff that they can't do during the season. That'll put them out for a few games. They'd rather, as long as it's not stopping them from playing. But maybe that's why Dak kind of halted himself a little bit at the end of the year.
Yeah. What do you think, Nate? Does that make you excited? The fact that our quarterback is getting surgery still?
Well, that doctor got paid, that's for sure.
Paid what though?
Well, 8 surgeries of NFL players, that's some good money.
Nate just loves the injuries.
Yeah.
I love him. Can Jimmy G get injured now? We're predicting.
Nate's crack him if you got him out of office.
Careful what what you say.
That's true.
Nate's like James Woods in Any Given Sunday. He's that doctor just loves
Yeah.
throwing cortisone shots into people and then slaying cheerleaders and,
Yep.
and having these assistants.
That's one of his greatest roles.
And then getting kicked out of being
So-
a doctor.
Such
Yeah.
a good role.
And then getting your barred.
Yeah. Cap Rooney was my guy.
What's
Cap
what's
Rooney-
chat saying? Is chat saying anything about it? Ed?
Yeah,
Any,
so
any
as we were bumbling around, 21 Armando 21 was saying that he was basically giving the answers for us. And I was trying to toss them up, but see, I'm able to toss it up now so you can see it. So some other stuff going on since we're off the chat, the Dak injury. Logan Reed wants to know, where do we get those jerseys from?
which ones? These ones?
Yeah, where'd you get that jersey?
NFL.com.
NFL.ca, or is the NFL
Or-
shut.ca or
No, you do NFL.com. You get free shipping actually over a certain amount. So
yeah,
it's
love
the army jersey.
yeah, the
Actually,
Army-
AJ got it for me as a present. Shout out to AJ. AJ's just zoned right out.
AJ's out of office today.
Yeah.
Just do the podcast. Let me get the articles.
I know.
You know,
He's writing a rap right now.
don't pay attention to me, guys.
Okay, so one thing that we didn't really talk about last week, and it's been circulating. It's kind of a little dying off. So, I mean, while AJ's prepping the hot takes, let's talk a little bit about some of this cheerleader scandal going on. We didn't talk about it at all last week.
No, Age and Nate, do you guys know anything about this?
Is this
Or
still
no?
with the Washington Redskins?
No,
No,
this is-
it's Dallas Cowboys.
Oh,
So
yeah,
one of the
their
Dallas
vice president got fired or something like that, right?
No. It's
playoff.
it's a guy that was a long-time player personnel guy.
Okay.
He in 2015, the Cowboys paid $2.4 million in an undisclosed reason to I think it was 4 cheerleaders. They paid out $2.4 million to because allegedly the guy, I think his name is what the hell is his name? Daryl Myth or whatever. He was possibly caught filming the cheerleaders changing in the change room. They looked over and he had his phone out. So the
Well,
Cowboys
he
had a
He's a busy guy. He's a businessman.
And
It's not the 90s anymore.
That's like Bowfinger Nth when Eddie Murphy is flashing the Lakers girls.
yeah on the sideline.
Yeah.
classic flick. Classic.
Is
flick.
that
But
a good movie?
Great movie.
it's
Oh,
great.
yeah.
So it's called like voyeurism.
Voyeurism,
yeah, okay.
Voyeurism. I've actually never heard that word before, but I mean, and then there was also allegedly that he was caught trying to film up Jerry Jones's daughters, she's like in her 50s.
And that guy's still alive.
skirt.
Wow.
Well,
Jerry-
they're saying that none of it was real, or
Oh,
none
yeah.
of it was. They said they paid it out just to. I forget what his reasoning was. It was kind of. I mean, why would you pay if it wasn't real? You know what I mean? If there wasn't some sort of backing to it.
I thought you were gonna say he was trying to film up Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones was good.
pant leg.
mean,
Probably
I
see
wonder-
his saggy balls.
Ugh, hanging down by his ankles.
2.4 mil. That's like in his
Yeah,
wallet.
But I wonder
Yeah.
how much they actually get out of that. Probably not much. Less than half in the States for settlement.
I don't know. I mean, there probably is
Taxes.
some sort
Yeah.
of rule that you can take. You probably get a little bit more from some sort of like settlement deal, I bet.
Plus for the bad media and all that shit, it's probably
Well,
worth.
Think about how much 20% at least to the lawyers who got that
Yeah,
as well.
Yep. Also, too.
2 as well.
I think
480 grand. So 2 mil split between 4 of them, 500 a piece. Cut it down at least 35 to 40%.
that's 50%.
Think 50%.
Oh, it would. They're gonna pay. Yeah, I think anything over
So they're getting. So that's obviously
Plus
probably
the
why
fee.
they're also saying it too is like 2.4 million sounds like a lot, but if it's 4 accusations,
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying they're not, regardless if it's true or not, they're just gonna pay that just to like not.
yeah,
say
to not
Yeah,
bring it. So
yeah.
you're
Well, they did that. They paid it to hush it, and it worked until it
Yeah.
worked for 7 years, right?
Exactly.
And then now it's like that thing that, well, you paid it, so it seems like you were guilty. Like it's one of those things.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, they might have just paid it to get rid of it, but now it's looking like they paid it because they wanted it to just get hush as quick as possible.
But
Yep,
yeah, well, that
yep.
for sure was. But now, like in the culture or in the environment that it is now, it's going to come to light. So if they could, hindsight, they probably never would have done that. They probably
Yeah. So
would've-
Jerry Jones was saying that the reason they did it was just to get it gone, and they said
Yeah.
they basically what he had said is they investigated right away, and if it was
that's
true, he wouldn't have been around.
That's good.
They would have
That's
got
good.
rid of it.
Good.
Well, so Armando's saying, did you guys hear Jerry's interview when he addressed the issue? Is that what
Yeah,
you were
it's
talking
kind of
about
weird.
right
Maybe we play that out, or can we? We might not be able to because we'll get flagged, or does it matter? I guess as long as we don't do it. As long as let's do it. Let's get Jerry Jones's interview. We're going a little off the track here, but we always do that. Let's just get it. It'll be on.
We love going.
It'll be on a
book.
bunch. It'll be on a bunch of random websites. We'll get what Jerry said about it because I've read a bit of it, but what's better than actually listening to it? Nothing.
Just one last. This just came out recently that this happened.
Couple weeks ago.
Okay,
2 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
a couple weeks ago, and I believe it happened in 2015.
Yeah.
And then there was the case about him trying to allegedly film up
Yeah.
Jerry Jones's daughter's skirt. So it's just, and both of those kind of came out at the same time. So it's kind of like, well, you know how it gets, right? But it's the thing that even if it was just to cover it up, it seems like it's almost an admission of guilt by paying out. But it might have just been to try to move past it. You don't really know.
Oh,
So,
for sure. But going back, like I said, they would have done the full everything in the media because that's how it is now, right? But now back then that was like, he's like, this is the best choice no matter what or whatever, which is stupid.
Yeah, just throw money at it.
which
The
is
Jerry
stupid.
Jones way.
Yeah.
Just toss money at it.
But that doesn't
What's
happen.
2.4 million to that guy?
Wow.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Fucking peanuts, man.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Fucking peanuts.
Yeah.
It's literally it literally does. What's he worth?
It's
$11 billion.
It's like probably what he spends on jet fuel for his
But
helicopters in
the
one
settlement,
season.
Probably.
yeah, like Ad was saying, settlement goes to lawyers, it goes to everybody. It doesn't just go to the victims. Right?
First,
So-
right? It goes to those. It filters to the victims last.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and again, it's not to say that they're fishing for more money, but even if it's untrue or true, like 2.4 million, if it was true, here's the thing. And again, you think that if Jerry Jones is only going to toss 2.4 at it, he would toss more if there was if he felt it was a little bit. If there's more validity to it, it's probably true. They probably didn't have as much evidence, and that's why he'll toss the hush money at it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
If there
clearly
was
hush
some
money.
sort of evidence in place to like really, except for just an accusation, I bet you it would have been 12.4 million or something like that.
Yeah.
And that guy would have been dropped off at the train
Mhm.
station as well.
Oh, for
Oh, yeah.
sure.
If
it was-
AJ, did you
If it was
find that
for his
video?
daughter, see you later, pal.
Well, AJ found some. We don't think he found the clip, but let's see. What
I don't
we got
know.
here.
I think
We're gonna discover it together.
some handsome looking man, some handsome half vampire. Fucking journalist
You guys
voice.
able to turn that up?
Can you Bluetooth to here?
Announcers' voices are fucking. Oh, Anth can't hear. Well,
No.
I can, but we need to pause and I need to do it.
Do you think that's
I'm just-
big?
I'm just worried that it's going to happen what happens every other time. It doesn't actually go onto the YouTube video. Anyways, doesn't matter.
He's checking it. You know, it's off season. These things happen. You know.
They didn't have to.
AJ will get it.
They didn't have to happen.
Well.
Super Bowl was a hell of a drug.
Yeah, whoever's watching, I apologize for. I don't remember.
Age, you whipped
any
your
of it.
dick out.
Did I?
the
Whose forehead didn't land on?
the best part of Super Bowl.
Everyone.
The best
It went around the room.
Well, that wasn't a dick.
Yeah.
the best part of Super Bowl was when you guys were side convoing it, and
Yeah.
it was like louder than everyone else.
I apologize for that. Sorry.
Most useless stuff too.
Yeah.
Christopher Lee saying it's okay.
Hey, C. Lee.
All right, Chris Lee. Fuck
Hey,
yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Or yeah, come on up.
Hopefully you're not sleeping in the lobby.
Yeah, we got a good. If it was Super Bowl,
Oh,
we tell
shit.
that story.
Yeah.
Our boys in the house.
Why did you choose to settle?
Well, first of all, the cheerleaders are an iconic, a vital part of what our organization is.
Look
the
at him
Dallas
staring her
Cowboys.
down.
Oh yeah.
And
I want you
so
on
we
the
took
team.
these allegations very seriously. And
Wanna
we
come on my plane?
immediately began a look-see, an investigation into
Look.
A look-see.
A look-see.
situation.
Is that legal?
What the fuck does that mean?
Very
Is that legal speak right there? A look-see.
Good old
You guys
I
better
need to
clip
hear-
that.
I'm gonna play it again. I just want to give
A
it a
look-see.
you got to soundbite that.
That's a soundbite right there.
Are an iconic, a vital part of what our organization is, the Dallas Cowboys. And so we took these allegations very seriously. We immediately began a look-see, an investigation into the situation. I can assure you that had we found that it need be, there would have been firings or there would have been suspicion. As it
Now, can I get a little kissy poo?
AJ, I don't know how you did that. That's sweet. This is a good ad to be able to like, as long as it's because it's only the YouTube, like watching shit on YouTube that fucks us, right?
turns out,
But
As
if
far as
in
we
the
know
best
to this
interest
date,
of,
that's So
our
this is
cheerleaders,
fine.
in the best interest of the
it's replayed.
organization, in the best interest of our fans, what we decided to do was show the cheerleaders how seriously we took these allegations, and we
So I paid them each
That's right.
500,000 American greenbacks.
Before taxes, mind you.
Yeah.
Before taxes.
Told them to shut up.
Now, and
Here's an NDA.
But-
I took them out to a Sizzler or
Yeah.
whatever the fucking
Remember,
steak.
remember how good
Applebee's.
Sizzler was?
And Applebee's.
Love Sizzler.
Applebee's.
Bring it back.
No, Outback Steakhouse. Is
Yeah.
there Outback Steakhouse?
Did they do that?
Christopher
Oh,
Lee.
shit.
Christopher Lee in the chat saying that he lives in Arlington. Christopher Lee.
Oh.
uh,
Different
he goes-
Christopher. Sorry, Chris.
Jerry's like, I took
Oh,
those. I
whoops.
took them out to a Outback
Talk about
Steakhouse.
your-
an Outback Steakhouse.
An Outback Steakhouse. And I said,
I said, well, get yourself
girl,
get
I-
yourself an entree
girls,
and a main.
yeah, get yourself what you want and go ahead and undo that top button, and not for any other reason besides those bellies of yours are gonna look like
yeah.
pot-belly pigs.
Get a bursting
Okay.
onion. Get
Okay.
one of them bursting onions.
Okay, so Christopher Lee in the chat, who lives in Arlington,
Heyo.
Mm.
who's not the Chris Lee that we know.
Yeah, we grew up with a Chris Lee.
He-
Christopher.
Yeah.
Christopher Lee is saying Texas Roadhouse is the steakhouse. So you know, Jay Jones said, "Okay, girls, get your Sunday best on because I don't want to be going to Texas Roadhouse with no tramps."
Skirts only.
Hey,
And you order yourself a main, order yourself an entree, and if you still got room, maybe we have a dessert.
Christopher.
And that is not an innuendo.
Is Texas Outback just in Texas or is it everywhere?
Crack them if you
Crack
got
'em.
them, Christopher
Crack 'em.
Lee.
Because Montana State, whatever, is everywhere.
Montana Jack.
well, so is Aussie Outbacks or whatever Outbacks, right? There's that
Yeah, is
Outbacks
that-
restaurant.
Is that Aussie?
I think so. I think there's an Australian restaurant.
Yep. EJ Savage is in the house. Been a long time. How you been?
Is that
Sorry,
Savage?
Savage!
Savage.
EJ Savage.
The Macho Man.
Yeah.
I do like that we can watch clips like that. I like that we can watch clips like that, and I like that it sounds good. That's sweet.
Yep.
That's a good
Boner
ad to
alert.
the old. That's a
You know
good
what?
ad to the old cast right
You know
there.
what? I'm hearing a couple. I'm gonna go back a little bit. I'm hearing a couple audio clips that we can get from this one.
To now former senior team executive.
A little look.
Here's Meredith Land.
Brian, I caught up with Jerry Jones today before he spoke at an event in Dallas. Here's part of our
He fumbled
conversation.
me.
Jerry, I have to ask you about the cheerleader controversy in the ESPN article. I know there's not a lot you can say because of the non-disclosure agreement, but why did you choose to settle?
Well, first of all, the cheerleaders are an
Has he ever
iconic,
blinked?
a vital part.
I just thought of something
of
funny to
what
do
our-
for that video too. When she asked, just have a clip of him just staring at her after instead of actually
not saying
just
anything.
Is that gonna be? Is
just
that,
like just staring.
that's gonna be your short.
That'll be funny. And then she'll that's
and then,
good.
then she asks her next question, and
Yeah. He just.
Well, I
looks
hope
at
it's
me.
not. I hope
is
it's not.
the
I hope
Dallas
it's not.
Cowboys.
I hope it's not true.
And so
yeah, no. Look, Anthony, if you hoped it was true,
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. Oh man, I hope this is so true.
but here's the weird thing about
Don't say that. Jerry might freaking clip you.
Yeah.
here's the funny thing and how complex these things are. Adam going like hoping that is making an argument just for this example, saying like, oh, I hope it essentially it wasn't true and that these were just allegations, or maybe maybe he did cross a line, but it wasn't into like something so bad where he kept the photos or whatnot. Who knows? Wasn't caught. Not enough evidence. Nothing there. Whereas the reverse side is like, you're kind of hoping that it did happen because you want, which is like the more probable angle in these cases most of the time, is that the allegations are true, but you just don't have enough evidence, quote unquote, to take a legal mind. It's just kind of a weird mind fuck to be like, like I'm on the same, yeah, I'm on the side of being like, yeah, I hope it does. I hope it's not true. And Jerry just paid the money out to like move on. And that doesn't seem like odd. The idea that someone could want money for something is not uncommon. But
Dallas is going for it.
but you can't, yeah.
No, and
you can't make that argument. I don't know. It feels wrong. It feels dirty.
Yeah.
Dirty.
Yeah, it definitely feels dirty.
Like that Christina Aguilera song, "Dirty."
Oh,
Yeah, the thing with
Just
him
like it.
though,
Remember
it's like
her?
2.4 million is that's what he places on that whole thing. So
Yeah.
he just could give a fuck either way, to be honest.
He's like, I put 2.4 million
Yeah.
on fucking black last night.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So
Well, Wesley Snipes told us all that, right? To always bet on black.
yeah, absolutely.
Smart move.
And that's why he's got that. He's got a shirt, Jerry Jones,
Oh,
that
yeah.
where he wears to the
Of
casino.
Wesley Snipes?
Wesley Snipes. But it's Wesley Snipes' quote.
Yeah. Okay, what do we got? What do we got next here?
Okay, next we have. Now this is, I don't know. Is this a hot topic? Is this something that's actually real, or is this just off-season talk? I'm going to read the title and then we can go into that. Will Dallas Cowboys cut 4-time Pro Bowler Amari Cooper?
I don't know. I panicked and I hit a drop. That
Ad
Vince
loves
Vaughn?
picking the long. Yeah, it is Vince Vaughn
Oh, come on. I've been playing it all fucking season. You don't even know that it's Anchorman?
Anchorman.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't. I think it. There's obviously a little bit of merit to it. It feels like someone's letting this news out that he's possibly going to get cut, so that when it does happen, it's not like a blindside. You wouldn't have all these articles about it if it didn't have some sort of merit. I really hope they're not actually going to cut him.
Why cut him and not trade him?
Well, that's the thing. Cut. Trade.
Why even trade him?
I mean,
Well, you could get something for him, couldn't you?
But if they're going to eat the same dead money, I mean,
Well,
I guess
you'd get someone in return. But why if you're gonna, I don't know, why even get rid of him? I just don't see the reason to getting rid of him. Instead of trading or cutting him, ask the question why even do either?
Because
Why
you're going
not
to
just
lose
keep him?
Gallup, right? Isn't he? a
Maybe
free
not.
agent?
He is, but with that knee injury that he sustained against the Cardinals, maybe the Cowboys can actually afford him. It's
like a 1-year prove it deal or something like that.
yeah, exactly, and that's probably all he's going to get from a bunch of teams.
Yeah, yeah.
He's not going to get a long-term deal coming off a ACL or MCL, whatever it was.
Getting rid of Cooper doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Not
Anytime Cooper wasn't on the field and wasn't in the game, it was completely noticeable. The rest of our offense looked terrible. Even in games that he was playing and didn't get a lot of catches or a lot of yards, it was noticeable because he was still getting a lot of double coverage and they were rolling the defense over top of him.
Yeah.
So if you take that out of the equation, well, now is CeeDee Lamb ready to take that role as a number one receiver?
Well,
that's another question. Is CeeDee Lamb ready to step in as a number one receiver?
I was going to say, so it's funny that article that Alex just had up on there has CeeDee Lamb being interviewed on an Amari Cooper thing. So I don't know if they're obviously not foreshadowing this fucking website. Who knows what they have? Yeah, they're probably stoking the flames. EJ Savage saying if you get rid of Cooper, you save 18 mil. I think it's 19 mil, but what you're saying is that doesn't matter if they cut him; they're not saving that on as a salary cap.
they'll still eat money.
Yeah,
They'll
they'll
eat
still
a bit.
money.
What are they
They'll
gonna
still eat money.
Well, we all know that Dallas is having.
Yeah.
We all know. Most people know right now that Dallas is facing a massive salary cap issue right now in the offseason. So it could possibly be the move that we don't want, but
We talked about this last week, though.
did.
We talked
We
about this
did.
last week with simple restructures and then even more creative restructures. They can save up to $66 million against the cap. That's without cutting anyone that's actually on the
Shit.
team.
And
That's
that-
just restructuring contracts.
I think
Yeah, 66 mil.
I think you also have to, like, we talked about this a few podcasts back, and so the numbers aren't going to be perfect here. But you also have to look at things when you're breaking down a team, you're putting a certain amount of money into certain positions. So wide receivers have 40 million, let's say, just throwing that. I don't know if that's fucking true or not. So how we looked at and we broke down the contracts, CD and Amari Cooper are actually, I think, a 20%. They're top 26 wide receivers. I think one of them was out of the top 25. We broke down the contracts, and they're basically a 20% savings on the average. If you took the average contract of those top 26 and times it by 2, so they're 20% cheaper than that. So
you know why though? You know why
does that make sense?
Because
Yeah, it does.
well, it makes sense. The reason that is those CDs still on his.
but what I'm saying.
But still, I know
that's
what you're
I'm
saying.
If you didn't,
I know your argument.
Right. If you didn't have CD Lamb's contract, okay, that's totally different. But because you have CD Lamb's contract, that $22 million, okay, sure, it would be great to free up 18, absolutely, but at what cost? And I look at it from the GM perspective, where it's like, we're going to spend this money anyways. Let's just keep these guys. They're both top 26 wide receivers, hard to come by. And, Gallup is another issue. I think we have that position in a couple guys potentially. I'd love to keep Gallup too, but that's how I think that they look at that. And then you move on to the next position. And I think the same thing goes with Lawrence. He has a $27 million cap.
Well, that's what AJ, as you said, as AJ says it, EJ says it too. It's either Lawrence or Cooper we cut. So which would you boys rather have? That's the question.
We talked about this. We talked about this last week. It depends what you're going for. If you're going all defense, which it kind of seems like we're starting to shift towards we're trying to put all of our eggs into the defense. You go with Lawrence, right? You keep Lawrence, you keep Randy Gregory, and then you build around the defense. But then if you're going to try to build around the offense, you keep Cooper. So it's kind of tough. I would hate to lose either of those guys, but if you had to lose one, it depends if you're offensive minded or defensive minded. It's honestly, it depends what their strategy is going forward.
And what order do things go in? Like, can you draft and then make cuts, right? Like you have that time.
They save money. They save money if they cut Amari Cooper by March.
June 1st.
June 1st is the big one.
Yeah.
Well, just June 1st.
Because that's when
it gets guaranteed.
Shit start happening.
Shit gets guaranteed.
Okay, so technically, it's like you would not want to make any decisions right now, anyways. You'd want to go in and draft, see what you end up with, and lo and behold, if we pulled 2 top tier linebackers that could come in and start playing game day 1, or that we felt that we could, okay, maybe we do try to move Lawrence because it's a hefty contract. Only if there's a $27 million worth, or whatever the difference would be, worth of person that we think we can go get. If that person doesn't exist, then there's no point to cut him, because we need to spend the cap anyways. And Jerry doesn't give a shit about 150 to 180. Like, he'll spend 220 million, right? So it all comes down to like what is potentially there. If they see a $20 million option and we only have $7 million, okay, now we need to move Lawrence.
Yeah. So
if that doesn't exist, or we don't think that we can get it,
didn't you say?
Well, let's run that. Oh, sorry, Nate.
I was just gonna say, didn't you say last week too that if you're cutting Lawrence, you might as well cut Gregory as well?
Well, it's one of those things, like, maybe not cut Gregory. You might want to keep him. But I think it's one of those things. If you plan on keeping Gregory, well, then you're going to keep Lawrence, and you're going to go all in on.
And then you're all in on defense. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you're all in on defense. So then Cooper's kind of the odd man out, right? But I think you got to pick. You don't know what the coaching decision is going to and it's one of those things too. They have to make the decision before they draft, or no, they can draft. Sorry, they can draft. So it's gonna, I guarantee, after draft week, we'll kind of know what their decision is going to be, like which route they're going. Are they going to target all defense again, or are they going to take a wide receiver in the 2nd or 3rd round? So if they do that, well, then you're pretty much ready to move on from Amari Cooper.
Well, also, if they are going to get rid of Cooper, and like I said, I think in the preseason when we were doing one of these, is that offense needs a tight end. Now, I know Schultz is a fan favorite, but what if you go out and you get a tight end? Cooper's gone, okay, but you get a tight end in that offense. You still have bring Gallup on a 1-year deal. You still have those 2 running backs. You have Lamb is your number one, that offense would be really, really good with a
Is
good-
Lamb ready to be a number one, you think?
If you have a tight end that can kind of bail him out at the same time, you bring Lamb in. Those are some pretty good options. Now I think that Dallas is better with Lamb and Cooper.
Agreed.
Well, this is okay. So, kind of going into what Nate was saying, I think EJ Savage is making another good point. Not to be all over his wiener tonight. Yeah, I'm all over his D. I think that if you're trying to be as unbiased as possible, you'd say keep Lawrence because the production's harder to find. A plug and play wide receiver is much easier to find than a great run defending defensive end and a pretty good pass rushing defensive end.
That's a great point because a lot of people don't give Lawrence his credit. Sure, he doesn't put up the sack numbers as a premier end, but his worth in the run game and stopping the run, you could see it when he got back from injury this year. Like it just he's got a nose for the ball, not just when the quarterback has it. Like on every down, he can be a difference maker. So I agree with him big time on that.
Christopher Lee, our boy
Crack him if you got him, baby.
Crack if you got him. Christopher Lee's coming back. He's clapping back with what we talked about a couple weeks ago as well. When the Cowboys traded for Cooper, the offense changed for the better. So if we cut him, are we going to go back to the one-trick pony?
100%. But you also got to look. My only rebuttal to that, Christopher, which I do agree with you, I would love in a perfect world, I'm keeping Lawrence and Cooper. My only rebuttal to that is when Amari Cooper came over to our team, who were our other wide receivers. There was nobody's. Like you didn't have a CD Lamb. I think it was like I think we had it was like Michael Gallup, Cole Beasley, and I think maybe Terrence Williams might have even still been on the team. So it was like it's a little bit different because say they're getting rid of Cooper and then they're going to keep like Cedric Wilson or like Bernard the Turner. Like I feel like our options could if we're getting rid of Cooper, we'd definitely be re-signing some of those guys. Like you might get rid of Cooper and re-sign Cedric Wilson and Michael Gallup, right? So and then you'd still have CeeDee Lamb. So the wide receiver room is a lot better than it was when we traded for Amari Cooper. I don't want to get rid of either of them. But AJ, you had that clip of CeeDee Lamb there. The whole reason we started talking about it. I kind of want to watch that because I saw this at work today and I couldn't watch it at work. Now that we have this set up, I wouldn't mind.
I feel like this is whiteboard talk here.
Anth.
Yeah.
We need on the whiteboard.
We do need another
whiteboard. It's White Trash Tuesday though.
So. That's it.
I just want to say what a good employer you are.
Amari's on the books next year.
Right.
$22 million. We know the front office has to make a big decision, but what would you tell Jerry? If you're trying to convince him, hey, we need Amari.
We do. Honestly, I feel like we do because I feel like he goes unappreciated just off of small things because he does the small things right, and
a cool voice.
Just having him back, I hope they understand that.
Cool sweater.
Like we need at least two of them out there, and we have three. We were very fortunate to have three of them.
Y'all were very fortunate.
We're very fortunate. Like that's tough. It doesn't happen much, and just playing out there with MG, Coop, and then having Zeke and TP, it's list can go on, man. I was blessed to be able to contribute in that offense.
Do y'all ever talk about his future?
We try to shy away from that just because I understand how much stress it brings for him.
Yeah.
And then we kind of try to keep a level head because I know he's like crazy out of his mind with this situation and understanding coming from Dallas, from the Raiders, it's been a lot for him.
When it comes to on the field, how has he been able to mentor you? If he has,
he's helped me so much. And there's a clip out. I want to say we were in training camp. He was literally teaching me like one of his releases. And I was like, oh my God, bro, like that's crazy. Like he's very explosive. Like I said, that's part of the reason I feel like. It's the small things that he does right. He helps me be a better receiver on the opposite side of him. You know what I'm saying? So just building my game and just elevating and trying to learn from, a very experienced receiver that's like his route running ability is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I tell him just about every opportunity I can. Like, bro, I enjoy watching you run routes.
I'm
like,
sure he appreciates that too.
That's crazy. Like for ability to have someone to just, like an older brother or a mentor to just show me what he's talking about, like that's big.
So I got a question right off of out of that. Do you think they look at each other's birds in the shower?
Oh yeah, for sure.
You gotta have a little.
You think they're bird watching?
Someone's got to clean someone else's back.
Hey, for the first quarter of a season, I'm bird watching.
Crack
After
me,
that-
got him.
After that, I know everyone. I'm
Yeah, you already know.
I
You already
know,
just know. You don't even have to look up. You already know. You already know who's
I'm
walking
not
around.
gonna see,
You
and I'm
know
not,
who to stand aside.
and I'm not impressed, and I'm not surprised.
Do you think?
But
every,
you, but
do you think every
oh,
time?
sorry.
Do you think every time Coop takes his towel off, everyone's like Coop?
Coop. I'm waiting for Kilo to say prison talk in
He already
the,
did.
in the chat. Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did.
Is
He did.
Kilo in there?
Yeah, Kilo's in here.
Fucking right,
Hey,
Kilo.
Kilo.
What's up, Kilo? The only part of the Super Bowl I remember is you were there the whole time.
Kilo's there.
Thanks, man.
Kilo's holding it down.
Yeah,
But what do you guys think about that?
Kilo the
CD obviously has respect for Cooper and wants him to stick around. Which why wouldn't you? If Cooper's on the team, it makes CD have a lot better chance of getting the ball too, right?
He's getting more snaps if Coop's on the team.
Well, he's getting more one-on-one looks for
Coop,
sure.
Coop goes off the team. I mean, now granted, CD Lamb didn't have a production year like we thought he was going to have.
Hey, Pro Bowl wide receiver still.
But if Coop goes, then CD Lamb's the #1 target. And
Yeah, and then it's sink or fucking swim
Yeah.
right there, and
Yeah.
gets scary.
I'm gonna say this. I think it's whatever Jerry Jones right now is asking Sean Payton what he wants for next year when he takes over. So.
You think that's what's gonna happen?
Oh, there's no doubt in my. I'm willing to put money on it right now.
There you go.
You know what? I'll bet you right now, Nate. $100. Sean Payton's not the coach for the Cowboys next year.
I mean, like 2023.
Yeah, like not this season.
Yeah.
Following season. Yeah, I'll bet you $100.
$100? You got
Yeah.
it.
There you go.
You
Got it.
why don't you
I think
do- why
I
don't
honestly
you, why,
think.
why don't you do like a jersey swap or something?
Yeah. Okay. Hey. Yeah. No. Good call. Hey,
you-
loser. Yeah.
like-
No,
so-
loser.
I don't want to wear a
No, okay,
Cowboys
okay.
jersey.
Yeah, I was just gonna
No.
say,
No. I have to buy you.
No, but I was gonna say you buy if Nate loses,
Yeah.
Nate has to buy a Cowboys jersey and wear it.
Oh, shit.
No.
you
Fuck.
lose-
And then give it to me. But that no one wins then.
I'll sleep in
Like-
it first.
No, if you
No.
lose-
What we'll do?
Yeah, true.
No. This is what we're gonna do. If I win, Nate buys me a Cowboys jersey. If
Yeah.
he wins, I have to buy him a San Fran jersey.
Okay.
It's easy as that.
Sure.
That's even better.
That's
So it's like
fair.
$100. It's like $130 bet then.
Oh,
But
that escalated.
this is my thing. This is my thing. Do you want to do? How about we do a nice
I'm in.
sweatshirt?
I'm
You're in? Okay, you're
I'll
in.
fucking jersey swap you, pal.
You guys want to
So
do
this-
I'm a
you guys
size
want,
fat.
you guys want
The only reason I
another,
don't think
Yeah.
it happens is I think if Mike McCarthy has a good season, he's going to be around again. And
Sure.
2, if he doesn't, I think Dan Quinn's kind of in the realms. I think the reason Dan Quinn stuck around was because it was kind of like, well, hey, if
Yep.
shit doesn't go as planned next year,
Yep.
you could be the head coach here.
Jer-
So that's
Jerry walks
that's
over
my
and
reason.
Ooh.
Dan,
Lieutenant Dan.
Dan, you see what I pay off?
Daniel.
cheerleaders. Imagine what I'm gonna pay you.
Yeah, that's right.
Daniel. That 2.4 million.
I mean, it wouldn't be surprising that if we have a great, even if I was gonna say even if we don't, even if we win, even if Mike McCarthy is the head coach when we win a Super Bowl this year, I still think Dan Quinn would be in a position to take the team over than the year after.
If we won a Super Bowl, I think Dan Quinn's gone head coaching somewhere else.
I think he's gone head coaching somewhere else.
If we did,
Yeah.
if we did,
If we won a
I think
Super Bowl,
just in general.
you can't get rid of you can't get rid of your head. You're not going to fire a head coach if you won the Super
Actually,
Bowl.
I will say that I bet you
Anthony,
Sean Payton, I bet you Jerry Jones will pay Sean Payton a lot of money. I bet you he'll be the highest paid coach if he
absolutely.
goes to the Cowboys.
They're tight. They're boys.
look, we can't. Anth just said, say it again, Anth.
I wasn't listening.
What did I say?
You just said you don't fire your head coach after winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones did that.
Didn't he do it twice?
No, they oh, you're right actually. He actually did. He didn't fire him. They mutually parted ways.
Okay.
So it wasn't a
AJ.
firing.
Ooh,
But yeah, good
AJ's
call.
on fire tonight, guys.
Good, though.
Folklore
And they
is all
should
up
have
in here.
Yeah.
They should have won. Yeah.
And then they
You're
did.
not
then-
wrong.
No, but then they went and won.
They
third.
lost the NFC champ. They lost the NFC championship game. Kraken got him against Nate's fucking dirty San Francisco 49ers. Bastards.
Okay, before we
San fan slut.
Okay,
I just watched that NFC Championship game too the other day.
Well, you're not supposed to because we're going to be watching. I thought we were going to do the trilogy.
Yeah.
Right? It's
I'm-
actually the
I'm ready.
quadrilogy.
okay, so
I was doing
I like
homework. I was researching. It was all research.
Okay, so before
Fair.
we go on here, we got to pay some bills. This is an interesting read that I'm about to do. This is an interesting read that I'm about to do because
Time out. I thought you hated when people said it was time to pay the
I
bills,
know.
and you say it every time.
I know that's why, but that's why I'm saying it. It's
Fair.
it's a thing.
Pay some bills.
Okay,
Time
so
to pay some bills.
I read this by myself last week, and it's a little odd because it's a football.
You had to do it
podcast.
naked in the mirror.
It's a football podcast, but here's my script. Hoops. You can also
Hoops.
say sports fans if you feel more comfortable. Hoops fans, the latest offer from DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA and the NFL, is too good to pass up. I'm talking between the legs 360 windmill good. New customers can bet just $1 on any team and get
$150 in free bets.
if they win, it's that simple. If Sportsbook isn't available in your state yet, you can take your shot at a big payday. Everyone can play for huge cash prizes with DraftKings Daily Fantasy Basketball Contest. DraftKings is giving all new customers a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes with their first deposits. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code TPPN. Bet just $1 on any NBA team and get $150 in free bets if they win. That's promo code TPPN at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL and the NBA. 21 plus.
minimum wage and location requirements. Very big. Adam, Donald Trump wants. that's my Donald Trump.
That was really good.
That was actually pretty good.
Excuse me.
Okay.
21 plus minimum age and location requirements vary by jurisdiction. See DraftKings, and I know them, great people. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for full lists of requirements.
Gambling problem?
No, it's not. That's not on. That's not on this.
Well,
one.
it's just gambling problem.
Of requirements and
1-800 GAMBLER.
Okay, yeah. Void where
That is
prohibited.
good to do too, though. Okay,
Yeah.
start.
So you're right here. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for a list of requirements and state-specific responsible gaming resources. Void where prohibited. Minimum $5 deposit. Gambling problem? Call 1-800.
1-800 GAMBLER.
In Tennessee, call or text TN Redline. That's 1-800-889-9789. In Connecticut, call
Jesus.
1-888-789-7777. Or visit ccpg.org/chat. In New York, call 877-8-HOOP-NE.
Hope, New York.
I know, but Hoop-NE.
Oh, Hoopany.
Yeah, Hope New York. Or text Hope New York 467-369. Holy
Hey,
shit.
gotta pay the bills.
Why did those-
gotta pay the bills.
Why do those states need a specific? They must
Because
have
they're
a
all
lot
hopped up on methamphetamines,
Yeah.
man. Did you not
And
hear the
good
states
for
he
them.
just read?
They don't have
They're all
phones
running
in
around.
Tennessee.
Christopher
Yeah,
Lee.
they're running around
Hey,
just hopped up.
Christopher
Give me
Lee.
that number.
Christopher Lee wants that number again.
1-800 GAMBLER.
And
That's 1-800 GAMBLER.
And Kilo C says
Gambler.
Bills equals third downs. Very important.
This is the most important bill payment of the season.
It true. It was.
Hey,
It was.
remember that thing that I showed you guys? Do you want to talk about that?
Your wiener?
Your
Yeah,
fuck.
that
Your,
picture I showed you.
Or you. Or
Can you
your-
stop? Can you stop showing us that? It's getting weird.
Or,
It's
are you
not
talking
natural.
Are you talking about your blister?
No, well, no, not the blister. Cut when Ant gets back or wherever he is. Cut to the screen.
I back.
Okay, so I'm just doing my morning deuce,
Nice.
liking, commenting. See this?
Whoa.
I did it
Look
that
at
way because
that,
it was
Dad,
rattling. But okay,
What was that about?
now we're rattled.
That was some Jedi shit going on there.
So the Dallas Cowboys put this out on February 25th. Take a look back at the season that saw Tony Pollard
Oh yeah, this
produce
is
career high stats across the board. So lots of people liking. I just go on here. I want to interact with other fans. I want to show those photos that I show you guys. No one replies. Lots of blocks. But anyways,
I replied.
Yeah, I just always say to you weird with a blush face.
I know. That's why I keep saying sending because I get a reply. So it means at least you're interested. The people who don't reply, lost cause. Anyways, this guy put this. He's the next great Dallas Cowboys running back. I agreed. Thank you, Jackson Burleson. And I liked it, and I commented, and I just simply said, I think so too.
Also,
and I find it so
too. That's also too.
I find it funny because no one liked him, but someone liked mine. And I'm looking at the notifications. So let's just.
Was it him?
It's Tony
What?
Pollard.
Fuck yeah.
What?
Cowboys likes it. And what I find so funny is he didn't like who I was replying to. He came right to us and he's like, "Yep."
Well, and
He liked it.
So
That's hilarious.
You didn't.
When did
watch
this
it?
happen?
No, Alex sent the video, and
sent the
you should
video.
have just played the video.
I didn't
that
see
you
it.
Did.
Oh, but this is basically what
He
I just
posted it in IG, and he's like, I just did some. He did all this fact checking about it too, to know that it's legit.
Well, it's here.
That's awesome.
It's a check.
Yeah, blue
It's
check.
a check mark.
It's verified.
Yep.
He went to Memphis. I went through. I mean, like he's got good. It's not like it's just a fake account that has like an extra,
Timeout. You then sent to me Reener, right?
Of course, yeah. 3 like over and over and no response.
Hopefully in the shower.
Okay, make Anthony dance, Alex. That's what Kilo's saying.
Oh shit.
Make him dance.
Oh.
Well, and hey, while we're waiting to make Anth dance, since TP20 liked that tweet, why don't you go ahead and smash that like button on this live stream? Because we got one motherfucking like, and that's from me. So everybody,
That's it?
all of you motherfuckers in this chat right now who's showing some love, show us some love on that motherfucking like button.
Hit that like button, son.
And then I got
That's our Jersey Shore right there.
That's I don't know. I thought that was pretty
great.
cool. How did like Tony scrolling? I mean,
Tony's scrolling. He's bird watching.
He's
Bird watching Twitter.
anyway, Tony,
You should
hey,
have a screech for that, AJ.
cracking
I
me.
should have a
really
screech.
should.
Pass
Yeah,
me over
AJ,
the
get
screech. I'm having a
get
screech.
AJ some
Hey,
screech.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And Tony, we see you. And could you? But the thing I'm thinking is, when I was driving down, just thinking about it, kind of daydreaming for us, was like, could you imagine if
there
one
it
day
is.
we're doing a
There's
calls, we're doing a call, and TP calls in, and he's just like, I just don't know. Maybe they need to give me some more. Maybe they need to
Snaps.
give that Tony
A can
Tony
fan
Pollard some more
exclusive.
snaps.
I'll do one too.
Okay.
Oh, good. Here we go. The screech is
Pirates.
out.
We are the Pirates.
Kilo sees love in the screech.
Yeah.
Look what you did, Kilo. You get us dancing, and now it turns into a nightclub in the studio.
I need some.
That'll move the
Oh,
chains.
there you go.
Anth, you see
Gross.
that Easter egg behind Nate Dogg?
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
yeah, I
I'll
do.
have a little sipperoni.
Look at the boys passing around the screech in front of the Jake Paul poster.
Actually, that's what Alec. That's why Alex dyed his hair,
So glad I'm not there right now.
Why is that?
to get closer to the Jake Paul poster in the background.
Oh yeah.
That screech. The screech is down. The screech is good.
Fuck.
Okay, so while we're coming out of that nice little session, this one's for Ants. Who do you think, and actually EJ Savage's actions, who do you boys think is the next breakout player this year for the Cowboys?
Jabril Cox.
Jabril Cox.
I think Jabril Cox will be the guy that we're like, wow, he came out of nowhere, because I just think Jabril Cox will be the next, the most noticeable, he's going to be like how we felt of J-Ron this year. We're going to be talking about Jabril Cox, how we were talking about J-Ron Curse this year.
But so like, are we talking about now, EJ, maybe you can clarify your question a little bit. Are we talking about like Micah Parsons was a breakout player this year?
Well, I
Yes.
guess.
Or are we talking about someone that we weren't expecting? But I think like Micah is the one who came out of nowhere. I think Micah's going to have even a better season this upcoming year. But
but it's hard. You can't even
I
go
think-
like Micah's got. This is the bad thing with Micah now, though, because he had such a good season. It's like it's hard to top what he already did in his first year. That's the bad thing with Micah. But if the great ones always do top it, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for him to.
He's going for Depoy.
Hey, Micah, CeeDee Lamb, and Trevon Diggs all had breakout seasons last year.
Yeah.
So someone tell me, and Sports Bro, you absent motherfucker, wherever the hell.
Yeah, he's
you
been
are.
gone. I wonder if he's
but
okay.
I wonder what the percentages of a better or as good of season that happens after someone has a breakout season? Like, what's the consistency ratio?
So EJ Savage says they have to be on the current roster right now.
Already
so
on
your
the
pick
team.
has already on the team.
Yeah, rookies do not count. I'm just saying.
I think J-Ron.
I'm just saying. I bet. I like what EJ Savage is putting as a condition, and I agree. But I'm saying people are probably going to say Micah Parsons had a breakout season, even though it is his rookie season, because of how good of a rookie season he had.
Yeah.
Because like if he has a better season next season, it's like that's not necessarily. People aren't going to consider it a breakout because he already.
Yeah, Micah's on the scene. Mine's Jabril Cox. I think Jabril Cox.
Mine's Kelvin Joseph. I think we did.
Ooh, nice.
And it's more of a hopeful thing than it is a.
Yeah.
I have nothing to back it up. We did not have a lot of. Action.
He had a couple bad plays last year.
Well, he didn't get a lot of field either way, and yeah, if we did see him, I don't think we said anything positive. But I'm hopeful that he comes in. Can play a nice a 2B, a 2A type of CB role because, I mean, you can never get enough CBs, and that would really help out, I think, Diggs as well.
That's a good pick, AJ. I like
it. So
it.
EJ Savage is thinking, I think my pick for breakout player would be either Osa or Joseph as well. So.
Yeah, Jofus, yeah.
Osa, I hope it wasn't a breakout year for him, but I'm going to say this. He's on the fucking delegation board. Like he's about to be moving up because we noticed him. We watched him out. We saw him out.
He had a great for the Cowboys have not had a good defensive tackle in fucking years. So just even seeing his rookie, like what he did as a rookie, I'd say behind Micah, he was our best rookie. So just seeing what he did as a rookie defensive tackle is it can only go up from there, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Roger that.
How are the
replacements?
The replacements doing? It looks like Age is about to crack him if he's got him.
When I looked over,
crack him if he got him.
Age looked like he had a fairy mist spell casted upon him. He was in a fog. Shit.
I have a question for Age. No,
here we go.
Age, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
How fucking hard is it to try to open a drink with those damn gloves on?
Well, that's exactly why I took them off.
It's hard, isn't it?
I actually went and took
couldn't
a piss
do it
with him too. Couldn't find my wiener.
That's
even
hilarious.
Harder to take a piss.
It's a good thing you sit down and pee.
Try.
Who told you that?
Try taking a shit with them on.
Oh shit!
Took me until my 40s to realize you can sit down when you're wasted to take a piss. That's
it was game. It was a game. Was it game changing?
That was a Super Bowl night, though.
Oh wow!
It was a sit down pee kind of night.
That was that Super Bowl was.
Is that what you called the? Is that what you called the toilet as you were doing it? The Super Bowl.
It was
Zigama.
Hey, do you guys want to first of all see a real cool picture of Jerry and Steven? Kind of.
Absolutely.
It looks like they're kind of bumping bellies.
Oh wow!
Hey son, hey dad. Should we touch navels?
Steven Jones looks like the dude from MasterChef, that Graham guy who wears those cool glasses.
Well, and he's got a felt suit or something. Like what? The purple velvet suit that Prince would wear.
Oh man, that suit. I'm sorry, Jerry. Look how crisp Jerry's looks.
Yeah.
His son's looks like it's fucking gonna fall apart.
Well, Jerry did give 2.4 mil to some cheerleaders, so
not wrong.
His son lost out.
Yeah, you don't get your ironing board bill anymore. I have to cut it from the budget.
That's right. That's his ironing bill was 2.4.
Gosh darn it, Daddy! It's so goddamn hot in Texas that my suit wrinkles,
and I have to wear 100% pure cotton.
Daddy, you know I like to wear 100% pure cotton.
You know what that was? That from this, I don't know if anyone remembers the show Home Improvement, but that's Suit in a Pouch right there.
That is Suit in a Pouch.
But I just Googled Cowboys. This is what came up. Cowboys free agency 2022. I think this could be a nice finale.
Yep.
Steven Jones reveals Dallas's plan for talent acquisition. Now, are we seeing a lot of Steven Jones being pushed? Like it seems like maybe a transition is going to be happening in the next year.
Yeah, maybe Jerry has like Nate, don't say Jerry Jones has cancer because you're like the Grim Reaper.
No,
you're the Grim Reaper.
I'm not saying
Nate.
I will not say anything about that.
Reaper.
Nate, what is wrong with Jerry?
I only predict ligament injuries and things like that. Cancer's above my powers.
Right
And
now,
Jerry has tendinitis.
yeah. Right now, it's like Jerry's like,
I imagine the Jones family like the Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah,
The
great
way-
show.
the way that they are.
Great show.
So Stephen Jones is just like clipping at the heels of Jerry Jones to die so that he could take over
But
the Cowboys.
he's gonna take over. And actually, there has been speculation in the last probably 5-ish years that Steven is kind of has a really kind of final say. Well, Jerry Jones wanted to draft fucking Johnny Manziel, and Stephen Jones vetoed it and said Stephen Jones vetoed it and took Zach Martin, which is like Zach Martin's a Hall of Famer. So
that's right.
Even right there, that's like one of the best first round picks in the last 25 years. And it would have been, if they took Manziel, it would have been one of the worst draft picks.
Just
in
think
the last
about
25 years.
how far back that would have set the Dallas Cowboys franchise.
oh my god,
Zach Martin's literally been our best player
Yeah.
for the last fucking 8 years. So it would have been bad.
And Jerry is gonna ride Manziel out for that fucking contract. So that's a 4-year.
Well, I drafted.
Well, Jerry,
I got him. I got to pay him $255 million.
Well, the thing,
absolutely.
The thing with Jerry is when he sees a guy like Johnny Manziel, he's also thinking, "Oh wow, this guy's really marketable, right?" Like no one thinks a fucking right guard is a sexy draft pick, right? No one in their right mind.
No.
But Zach Martin's going to be in the Hall of Fame, and Johnny Manziel's playing in the fucking fan pick play league.
So you bring up a good point.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's probably pretty fun football, to be honest. But
you bring up a good point too. Like I don't even think that a lot of people as well. People weren't as stoked about. I mean, Micah, you were stoked about Micah Parsons, but the fact of like getting a defensive player in first round still isn't as sexy as top tier running back or a breakout wideout or first round overall like QB. But I think that Micah Parsons showed just how exciting a defensive draft pick would be. And now I forget the one dude that was either last week or the week before, the one guy that someone in the chat told us to take a look at, and we looked at the guy and we're like, holy shit, this guy would be a monster for us to get defensive player as well. Him and Micah, prowling the fucking field.
Yeah, it was
speaking of draft, it's the combine this week.
Oh shit.
It's the NFL combine this week. I mean, I don't really pay attention to it because
Brady went round.
I don't care. I don't really care. I don't care about the NFL as a whole to watch.
Well, we also
when is it? What day?
We also know
it's
Anthony,
happening
you can
right
run
now.
a 4.0 440, so don't worry about that. We know
Right?
where you're at.
Fastest in the world.
Okay, well,
in the world.
Since we're talking, I mean, EJ Savage should be co-hosting this episode today. All right, boys, you're the GM of the Cowboys. What's your first move? Sign, trade, or what? Like, what do you do, Alex? Since you love the offseason. We talked about it last week, but right now you're Stephen Jones. Daddy comes to you and says, Stephen, I'm just so gosh darn tired right now. I'm going to go and watch season 4 of Euphoria. You go ahead and you make season 3 of Euphoria.
I need to know about that show.
I need you just tell me who I should pick, okay?
Season 2 finale was on there.
Okay. So
not even pick anything. What's just your first move?
First thing out of everything.
First thing that
everybody's gonna say it after you, but you're first.
The first thing that I would do would be, I mean, honestly, you go through and you restructure contracts as best you can, and then from there,
that's the answer. That's the answer, though. That's it's not sexy, but it's right. It's not sexy, but it's right.
You want my Jerry Jones answer?
Yeah, I do.
Yep.
Jerry fucking says Jerry's at a crossroads of either do I push this to the first $10 billion sports franchise in the world, or do I go for another Super Bowl? And Jerry fucking veers to 10 billion, and he and he hires Logan Paul kicker.
No, I was gonna say. No, because Jake Paul was saying that Jake,
I don't know. Paul brother.
Okay, so my thing, if I was to be,
is the Paul brothers.
No. I
like the Paul brother thing.
Steven, so this is my scenario. This is what, and we're going a little bit about we're going off EJ Savage said. What do we think? We're going.
That's how we do.
What would Jerry do? We're back to what would Jerry do?
Yeah.
So Jerry Jones,
off season.
Missed it.
Jerry Jones walks in and he's this is my scenario. He walks into Steven's office, open biscuit, sausage, and egg, and he's
extra salt
in it.
Sea biscuit.
And he goes, Steven,
Father, please stop with.
Steven,
Goddamn, lay off the salt for one. While you're talking to me, stop salting.
yeah, Steven, go live on the YouTube right now, and I'm gonna make an announcement. I'm taking Greg the Leg's leg. I'm gonna cut it off, and Betty, I'm cutting him. Fans want, and he's still salting the whole time. Fans want to know that we're listening to them. They're yelling, and he starts throwing the salt at Steven, and Steven's just like this.
Yeah, he's used to it.
Fans are
Taking
pissed
it.
that Greg the Leg doesn't have that leg anymore, so we're taking him out.
You know what you look like? You look like the Exorcist movie when they're doing the water.
Yeah.
so
I want him out.
Jerry Jones
I want him out. He's exercising.
Jerry
The
Jones
power
is
of
salted.
the power of Christ compels you.
Yeah.
and then instead of going live, him and Steven start taking screenshots, and then
Nice.
forgets
Good for that.
forgets to turn the Instagram live off, and you see a drunken Jerry Jones just peeing all over Greg the Leg's cubby hole in the locker because Greg the Leg left all the stuff there. He's just peeing all over it.
You're gonna get it.
Mumbling to himself.
Yeah,
Fucking piece.
You're so done. You're so done.
you're gonna get cut and done new.
Laces
Uh,
out.
Okay, so
Laces out.
Anth, what do you do?
I think AJ, the Cowboys fan in me already said what AJ's answer was perfect. You restructure. I know it's not the sexy answer. I know it's not the funny answer, but you restructure so that you can sign the J-Ron Curse, the Michael Gallups, the players that are, if we have a chance of the Super Bowl, are going to be pivotal pieces to actually get there. The fun answer is, the exciting answer is you cut both Cooper and DeMarcus Lawrence and you start signing big, sexy free agent names. But I mean, if DeMarcus Lawrence and Amari Cooper are cut, they're the sexiest free agent names out there anyways, in my opinion. So
He cuts and resigns for more.
Yeah, I'm crazy like that.
Crack him if you got him, baby.
EJ saying if he's being wild, I trade Cooper for a second and shop Lael or Tyron. Top tackles in this draft are really good, and you get them younger and cheaper.
I mean, Savage, I'm bringing you aboard for conversations about
GMing
ship, because I think that's a good ship.
GMing ship?
You've said this before.
GMing ship.
I'm bringing you on the GM ship. Is what
The GM ship. Okay.
But hey,
General Motors is getting into the space race too.
GMing ship.
The ship GM. That's the French way to say it.
Paint me like one of your French girls.
Tyron,
2.4 mil.
We love him, but maybe it's time to move on from him. And it fucking happens. Unfortunately, the horse gets a broken leg, and you need to shoot it in front of the people that are.
You got to take that shotgun out. You got to make sure there's some, I don't know, something lethal in that.
Yeah.
And you just got to walk up and say, "You done, son,"
Yeah,
and
Good night,
and let go.
Yeah.
Then again, sometimes you got a horse like Cisco who takes the shots when when the cavalry's shooting at you.
I don't know what that means.
Lieutenant Jack Dunbar in Dances with Wolves, his horse Cisco takes about 5 shots from the
Like Tupac.
from his own team.
Like Tupac.
Yeah, because he's a fucking G.
5 shots couldn't stop him. He took it and smiled.
And then
What about
He's back to setting the record
then he
straight.
lives his life as a hologram.
Hey, if we're gonna get off topic and talk about movie horses, what about Atreyu?
Atreyu. That's
Falcor. Okay, what was
That's
Atreyu's
sad.
what was
That's real sad.
Atreyu's horse's name?
Fuck, I just watched this too.
What's Atreyu is the
He's
horse.
the horse.
Atreyu's the horse that gets stuck in the fucking mud or whatever.
Oh, well, who? What
Who's
was
the
the
kids?
What's the kid's name, Tay?
Jack Black.
No, Jack Black. These are the second one.
I know.
Or the third
Tay's
one.
like
And
Tay's
he's
having a
the
panic
evil-
attack
he's
because
the
she
evil
can't think of the name right now.
Atreyu.
His name is it's fucking
What's the kid's name?
In Never Ending Story, kid's name in Never Ending Story.
well.
I've never seen it. I can't even tell you.
I'm gonna
guys.
cheat.
Whoa.
Never seen
Oh, never watched the Atreyu scene, Nate.
Yeah, it's sad as
Just
fuck.
bring the scene up.
It's
Oh, you
sad
are
as
bringing the
fuck.
scene up. There it is right there. Oh, no,
Movies
that's
are
picture of it.
sad.
No, the
I-
kid's name was Atreyu.
Oh,
I
Tay say
was right.
Taze,
Okay,
Taze, yeah,
okay.
Tay
So-
just said.
What's the
What's the
horse's
horse's name?
Two
You're right.
gods?
I can't remember the horse's
She can't
name,
think
but
of the-
kid's name
That-
is Atreyu.
That's pretty bad that Tay would call that kid a horse. I mean,
Right now, I
Are we
feel
gonna-
because we
Well, what
can't
was
see the voices. Right now, I feel like Wayne's
Bastion?
World when Wayne's World when
Sebastian?
You want me to put
Bastion.
on a concert in Aurora? That's what I feel like right now with Anthony Tay. Huh?
you just
What
hear
el-
them talking.
What
'cause
else do you
can't
want me
see
to
them.
do?
We don't have
Give that
anybody in
to me.
chat. We don't
Drink
have
more
anybody-
Screech?
Hey.
Artax.
Artax. Oh, there it is. Oh, and it's a
What-
snap.
Artax.
Okay, so Ant's showing Never-Ending Story, and it's not only
Bastion is this one.
Bastion's a
That's
kid.
Bastion.
Hey,
Yeah.
does
Bastion's
that,
a kid. But hang on.
does that
That's
one,
also-
hang on? Does that one have the version
Warrior
where Artax
So,
shows his big 6-foot
No,
cock on it,
no.
or okay?
There's
But
two
I
versions.
Yeah,
respect.
yeah. There's a director's cut where that there's
Uh,
a scene.
Director's kid as a dick.
I respect. See, Kilo C saying the nothing.
Nothing is scary as fuck.
Yeah.
Is that
the-
from the same movie?
I hate the nothing. That scared the shit out of me.
But the fact
It
that
was a scary movie. 80s movies. Were
It's a fucked up movie. It's not even scary. It's just fucking weird
Well, not
and scary.
The
No.
nothing is scary. Like
it's because it has that. It's 1984. It has that creepy ass kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
Respect to Tay for owning a
Yeah.
snapper case for that DVD. Not even like a legit DVD case. It's a snapper one.
what is it?
It's just the way the case, you got to snap the side off, and it's a cardboard case. They call them snappers.
Oh,
It's a snapper. It's a
that's
snapper.
trivia right there, kids. Trivia.
Yeah,
Trivia.
If you know what a DVD is,
Yeah,
But-
you know, that's also trivia.
to end
Also
off
too,
to end,
trivia.
to end off
As
this,
well.
To end off
Nice.
this rando never-ending story part.
They should
The
exit with
the
Never-Ending
Return to
Story.
Oz was creepier than
Yeah.
Never-Ending
The
Story.
Wheelers?
Yeah.
Wheelers.
Holy fuck.
Talk about
Yo.
having nightmares as a
To
kid.
this fucking day,
TikTok
the
about
Wheelers,
it.
man.
Like I showed my kids at 9 and 7 or 9 and 6.
Yeah.
I showed them Aliens,
Oh,
and I haven't showed them Return to Oz because it's fucking the creepy.
I've never seen Aliens either.
Oh my fuck! Get the fuck, Nate. You know what?
Also,
I'm not
don't
gonna
watch. Also, too, as well, don't watch Pinocchio. That's a weird fucking movie too. When they go to the island where they
too.
kidnap
say-
kids,
Right.
What-
The Donkey
don't watch
Island?
that shit.
Is
Yeah,
that the
Donkey
cartoon?
Island. That when they're all smoking cigars and the
Whoa,
kids all
that
turn to
sounds great.
donkeys. It's really fucked up.
That's right. That's right, Kilo. See, this is 80s movie folklore with the Cowboys can fan coming in hot.
What do we got back to get on track
What do we
here?
got?
That was a nice little detour.
Well-
AJ, what do we got, son?
Wheelers, fuck,
With the
man.
Wheelers.
If we come back,
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
can
fuck
read
that.
what Stephen Jones, I guess, said, and he kind of said of the. I know. I'm sorry. What? No. Do you want to move on?
I'm into it. I know. I
No,
want to
no,
hear
hit
what
it,
I
hit it.
want to
Let's
hear
hear
what
it.
he said.
So, in regards to the free agency, Stephen Jones said of the Rams' approach, and I mean, I can read it out here. You know, there's a lot of different ways to do things, Jones said of the Rams' approach. Certainly, hats off to them. They had a hell of a year and won the Super Bowl, and certainly they went about it in a way that's pushing a lot of chips out there. So, you know, there's some forms of all of this that will probably decide where we want to be. And blah 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 blah. You know what he's saying? He's really hyped.
I feel
up
like
on
we
that
got I
Rams.
feel like we got a good young players on this football team, and you don't want to just be starting over. So they don't want to just start over, and they want to build through the draft. Yada yada yada. That's what every team wants to do. But the Rams, that's a great point that he brought up. Rams did go outside the norm of building a Super Bowl team. They went out and signed a bunch of big free agents. They signed. Look at that. Sorry, just showed over to Agent 8. The Rams went out and they signed
We're
a
off camera. Sorry.
they signed a premier quarterback, and then they signed a premier wide receiver OBJ and a DN kind of going out of his
a veteran, with some skill, with some gas in the tank still, but came in there and experience.
Well, you know, the best recipe for a Super Bowl team is you have your team that you built through the draft. Like you got your guys that you built through the draft, then you have your draft class the year of that you hit on, and then you have the few free agents that you picked up that just completely fit in. The Rams, weirdly enough, they spent a lot of money on 3 free agents that all helped immensely on that team winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and also two as well.
As well.
Speedy recovery, OBJ.
Yeah, no doubt.
You should send him
Hey,
some
man,
flowers or something.
From the bottom of my cockles, man.
Yep. Cockles. Who wants cockles? What's that in The Simpsons? Cockleish. I'll take a Mountain Dew. Or no, I'll have crab juice.
If we were the X-Men, if the Cowboys Can Fan was an X-Men team, Nate would definitely be Jean Grey.
Oh wow!
Not even Professor X.
guys,
because he has foresight.
Do you want to?
Says that he wants OBJ to get injured and gets injured.
That's more Professor X.
Let's do something fun here.
He's too cute to be Professor X.
Let's just be honest. I'd be Wolverine because I'm hairy like him.
That's true.
You could be a wolf.
Also, I was born in Canada.
You know what? I'd love to see. I would read that version of that comic where
Where I'm Jean Grey and Wolverine at the same time.
Yeah, well, I was thinking just Wolverine. We're like you're Wolverine.
Wolverine Grey?
Yeah, and you're kind of like you don't really ever pull the. It hurts to bring out the fucking claws. So
bring out the claws. It hurts.
Here's what I'm thinking, guys. Would you be down for we wrap this episode up and then we just go in and pause this, go right back into recording a quick Lost episode of sorts?
Like the TV series Lost?
I'm just saying because
who's playing Sawyer?
I don't want to cut the episode short. It seemed like we had more to chat
I'll be
about.
Sawyer.
What if we wrap this one up and then
it's an hour and 15 minutes right now. We're
okay. I know. I'm just saying. It seemed like we had more to talk about.
We do.
What if
you're
we
you're
just
talking like a deleted scene?
Yeah. No, well, because when I'll be gone for. We could have a kind of Lost episode where we just talk shit.
Yeah.
If we don't want to, we can do it another time. But I'm just saying we have the
behind
option.
baseball.
We have the option.
I'm down. I'm down for doing something like that. I'm down. I have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
I got a 40-pounder, pal. I'm ready.
That's
to
what I'm
party.
saying.
Okay, so
I mean,
now
the
would be
juice
a
is
good
just
time.
the juice has just started to get flowing once
just
Adam and
started to
Alex got
flow.
over their little
I know.
divorce.
Oh,
Juice
no.
is worth the squeeze.
hey, I've been copacetic the entire time.
Yeah,
Okay, well, let's roll this out. Hey, let's roll.
Problem.
Let's roll this out.
He doesn't even care. He's numb.
I'll roll us out. I'll roll us out then.
Okay, last question though from EJ because he's asking if there's a Kilo sees already doing Alex's sound bites. Let me bang it again, man. If there's a proven commodity like Ramsey or Stanford on the market, why not trade? Why not try and trade a shot in the dark first round pick?
Okay, so who? Give me guys that aren't on contracts. I need that. It's easy enough to say two guys that just won Super Bowls, but like you need to be able to say a guy that's going to be a free agent this year to even be able to ask that question. Kind of. I mean, would you want to trade for Stafford though? Like,
no, he's saying a commodity like a Ramsey or a Stafford.
Yeah. Oh, so he's just saying even just trade for them. I mean, I don't know. I don't like
of that caliber.
I think he's trying to say to make a impact trade like that.
I don't like trading first round picks. I really don't.
Again, it goes back down to we do if you look at the way the offense is at right now, Dak does have a lot of weapons already at his disposal.
I already got an answer for this too after you had.
Okay, no, just go ahead.
Okay, so this is
free agent wouldn't require a trade, is what EJ's saying.
Oh yeah, so exactly. But so I'm saying if you're talking about trading for a first rounder for a guy, we did that. We traded a first rounder 4 years ago for Amari Cooper. And what are we talking about right now? Yep. If Amari Cooper's even going to be on the team, did we win a Super Bowl with Amari Cooper?
Was that 4 years ago?
Yeah. Did we have better? Did we have better seasons because of Amari Cooper? Maybe. Have we won a playoff game with Amari Cooper? One. You know what I mean? Like, is it beneficial to trade your first round pick, or would you have a chance of drafting a guy like Micah Parsons? Trading for Amari Cooper or drafting Micah Parsons?
Yeah, I think we have. So to kind of go on to EJ Savage's, and he's saying you can learn from the Rams. Not saying I'd take Stanford over Dak. So what I would say to that question is that I do already think that we didn't necessarily trade to get those players. I think we have all the ingredients. Something was not, whether it was certain play calls or maybe Dak was coming off of a double that secondary injury. Something was up where the Cowboys lost the season is, and of course they lost the season, but Cowboys had all the ingredients to make it further into the postseason than what they did. And I definitely think that
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw, but you know,
A buzzsaw.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. So Cooped Whitson is saying coaching. So I agree. I absolutely think possibly Mike McCarthy is the one ingredient that can get adjusted. And it's up. We don't know. I mean, whether or not we want to say Kellen Moore made all the bad play calls, the fact of the matter is that Mike McCarthy doesn't have the same type of intensity or inspiration that the roster currently that the Cowboys make up. It's just a match. It just feels very uneven. Where Sean Payton would probably feel a little bit better suited with the type of caliber that the Cowboys have on the current squad.
Yeah, I like.
Okay, so yeah, and I also agree with EJ Savage. He's saying he disagrees. Our offensive line was horrible down the stretch, for sure. If anything, we definitely need to work on that O line.
Let's. Can we
he-
please,
he-
for the love
he-
of fucking God, just
Get 'em.
end this
Get
episode.
'em.
It's a great episode, and keep going. I want the conversation to keep going. I just don't want to. I want to save this because we're doing kind of evergreen chat here. Hey, what?
I didn't hear anything you guys said. Tay was taking a bath and the earphones switched over to the iPad.
Oh my
So
God!
I was like, that's why I walked away.
All you hear is this hand. Breathe in, deep, relax, let out the emotional damage.
Hey, are we gonna call? I'll call us out then.
Yeah.
We'll just move on. We'll move on from this. We'll figure out our lives after. An hour and 15 is kind of our bread and butter. Like AJ said, we were kind of getting off topic. It is a Cowboys podcast, a 40-minute Cowboys podcast with a little shenanigans to get it to an hour and 15 is pretty good. But I think we're for the bandwagon boys and the replacements on the couch. Let's get
There's one left.
well, age is already age was done with it anyways. For Nate Dogg, our decade guest and the bandwagon boys, and your host Tanfest, we outside. It was a rocky ride, but we made it through it.
Sup?
What up? How about the boys?
So we're just gonna keep going.
What up? They bring the noise. I'm talking about the Dallas Cowboys.